Last time on a summer adrift. We did our first overnight backpacking trip of the season, which took us to some excellent fishing and picturesque hot springs. Now that we had our first overnight backpacking trip under our belt, we quickly set out for our next one. This time we're headed high into the Sawtooths. Our sights are set on the summit of the highest peak in the range. The hike up was impressively steep and strenuous under the added weight of our packs, which made us thankful that we had done some warm-up hiking leading up to this trip. When we reached the lake, we figured that this was as good of a spot as any to stop for lunch. Not a bad view, right? As much as we wanted to lounge here all day soaking up this view, we had a good bit more distance to cover before we could call it a day. Our route would take us to the other side of the lake and up and over the pass above. With so much snow still hanging around, we knew that we had our work cut out for us to get to our base camp. But we pressed on, excited for the challenge that laid ahead. Now that we were on the other side of the lake, we had nowhere to go but up. Can't pierce my nose because my fingers are always open. Awful. We are not too far from camp, supposedly, in our overnight trek to summit Thompson Peak. We currently are traversing a large snowfield. It is windy and slippery. But everybody's doing pretty good, I think. Looking at this scenery, it's hard to believe that this is what summer looks like around here. Alpine summers used to be a foreign concept to us because we're from the Southeast. The thought of spending our precious, short, warm summers traipsing around in lingering snowfields always felt like the last thing that we wanted to be doing with our time. But since being on the road, we've learned how very wrong we were, and we've been making up for lost time ever since. This is also a friendly reminder that it's never too late to change your mind about something. When we arrived at our third lake, we knew that we'd soon be looking for a suitable place to camp for the night. So we stopped to fill up on water in preparation for making dinner at camp. No stop at an alpine lake is complete without skipping at least a few rocks. Some of us were more successful than others.
It stuck to my hand.
Oh!
Big skin.
Camp came a lot sooner than we thought it would, because we found the perfect spot perched high up on the bank on the far side of the lake. After the tents were pitched, we all got to work on making dinner. Hungry from a long day of thousands of feet of climbing to get here. We hit the hay early in preparation for our morning push to the summit. With Thompson Peak looming over us in the distance, we got on trail before the first light of day even made it to our camp spot. Technically, there aren't any trails that take you to this summit, meaning that the rest of our journey would require route finding to get us to our destination. As we started to climb, Shruthi started to feel lightheaded. This not being the type of terrain that you want to be lightheaded on, she decided to head back to base camp with Peter so she could lay back down. Sad that they weren't going to be joining us on the summit, we agreed to meet at camp and pressed on.
How you feeling?
Good. Conditions in the backcountry can be unpredictable. That's why it's important that you feel 100% before entering a possibly dangerous situation. The mountains require your undivided attention for your safety and that of your team members. Now at the base of Thompson, we started our final approach. We made it to the top of Thompson Peak, which is the highest peak in the Sawtooths. Yay! Oh, and look excited or something. There are few things that make us feel more alive and present than summiting mountains. Knowing all the hard work it takes to get you to a place like this is unparalleled. Standing here, looking over the world from such a unique vantage point made us feel like we were capable of anything. No summit is complete without flipping through the logbook.
Park guy and Dick Skin Dale up here enjoying some weed and gummy bears on top, blasting off. Keep on parking. So.
After we jotted down our entries, we snapped a few more summit photos before starting the long journey back down to base camp. The best part about doing steep ascents in the snow is actually coming back down. Glissading, which is actually just a fancy term for sliding down a steep, snow-covered hill on your butterfeet, is an incredibly fun way to cover a lot of ground very quickly.
Nice.
Oh my god, how did that happen? Well, it's fun if you do it right, Chase. Once we were back at base camp, AImee patched Chase's hand up while everyone packed up their tents in preparation for the rest of our descent.
Oh my god, upright? Fucking psycho.
Other than that, the trip back down to the trailhead was easy because it was all downhill from here.
Oh yeah, the sleeping pad was the way to go. You guys, my butt might be bleeding.
Wow.
Buddy hop.
Next time on A Summer Adrift. Queen. There it is. Oh god.